हेलो ठीक
Mr. Sri Rajiv Chandrasekharji. Thank you, sir, for joining us. We are also joined by IT Secretary, METI, Mr. Krishnan. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. And we are also joined by Managing Director, IBM India and South Asia, Sandeep Patel. Sandeep, thanks for making it. And a warm welcome to the members of METI who've been instrumental in making this announcement possible. And of course, dignitaries and leaders from the IBM as well. Quick run of the agenda. We'll start with, of course, the opening address by Sandeep Patel, followed by remarks from Shri Krishnan, and then we'll have a MoU exchange of the announcement. I can tell you these are three important spaces, which is semiconductor, AI, and quantum. So more when Sandeep talks to us about it. And then after the exchange, we'll have the Honorable Minister, Shri Rajiv Chandrasekhar, share his keynote address. And then we'll have a quick Q&A. And of course, if you need anything after the announcement, any clarifications, etc., the team is right here. So let's set the ball rolling. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. Very warm welcome to Shri Rajiv Chandrasekhar ji, Honorable Minister of Skill Development, Entrepreneurship, Electronics and Information Technology, Shri S. Krishnan, Secretary MeitY, distinguished guests from MeitY, members from the media and friends. It's an honor to be amidst this august audience and represent my organization on this very special occasion. I've always said that we believe that technology is an enabler and an equalizer. It has the power to transform lives and societies at large. In many discussions and meetings with Shri Rajiv ji, he has always shared his aspiration for India to become a global player in all things technology, and that India's decade is about a determined nation that is on the move. So today, we are gathered here to bring his vision to life, one small step at a time. As you know, IBM has been a strategic partner in India's digital transformation. Now we are at the cusp of something a lot bigger. We have entered into a new era of collaboration with the Government of India in the areas of artificial intelligence, semiconductor research, and quantum technologies. This just isn't a milestone. It is a trinity of technology that will transform the future of India and put it in the growth across different super leagues. If you look around, IBM probably is the only organization which has the experience and expertise in developing holistic programs in all of these three areas. We have world recognition in this space. With our strong expertise in AI, quantum, and semiconductor space, we are well poised to help India accelerate its growth mission. So let me elaborate a little bit on these collaborations. First is with the India Semiconductor Mission, which is a bold step that India has taken in this domain. And it is for establishing a research center that catalyzes the development of semiconductor R&D ecosystem in India, for which IBM would be a knowledge partner. As a part of this collaboration, IBM may share its experience with India Semiconductor Mission on intellectual property, tools, initiatives for the creation of world-class research in semiconductors, support the skilling of Indian students and professionals by providing them access to research facilities. Skilling clearly is a very, very important component in any kind of technological innovation that we do. And promote innovation in semiconductor technologies such as logic, advanced packaging, heterogeneous integration, and advanced chip design technologies using modernized infrastructure. And last but not the least, facilitate along with universities and startups a chip design. Second, India has signed an MoU with India.ai, and together we intend to collaborate to establish world-class national AI innovation platform. In short, you call it AIIP India, that will focus on AI skilling, ecosystem development, and integrating advanced foundational models and generative AI capabilities to support India's scientific, commercial, and human capital development in this technology. So specifically, what does this mean? The AI innovation platform will serve as an accelerator for incubation and competency development in AI technologies and their applications to use cases of national importance, such as healthcare, agriculture, payments, education, and logistics. What is important to note in this is that the AI innovation platform will have access to relevant capabilities of IBM's recently announced Watson X platform, including the ability to use models in language, code, and geospatial science, with the intent to train models for other domains as needed. We also look forward to enabling an AI innovation stack, a sandbox environment to facilitate AI challenges within the startup ecosystem, transform ideas into minimum viable products using tools from the sandbox. Now, the third component of this announcement is the collaboration with CDAC, Center for Development of Advanced Computing. IBM and CDAC will explore opportunities for working together to support the advancement of India's national quantum mission by building competency in quantum computing technology, its applications in area of national interest, and skilled quantum workforce. Again, skilling, which is a critical part of any technology that we continue to further in India. The activities in this space will broadly focus on, number one, workforce enablement to increase quantum proficiency in Indian graduates, researchers, and professionals. Second, development of industries and startups through the facilitation of applications of quantum computing in areas such as finance, chemistry, materials, and logistics. Third, R&D to explore the possibility of jointly defining HPC quantum use cases and drive application development and research competencies. And fourth, build quantum services and infrastructure to explore the possibility in establishing quantum-centric supercomputing center to support the universities and research communities in India. Now, as I mentioned, skilling, investment in R&D to advance innovation, nurturing the ecosystem, including startups and building solutions to address complex challenges that are crucial and needed for our country and its growth. These are essential for gaining the technology leadership that we aspire and become a lot more Atmanirbhar Bharat that we are striving for. So with the development of the India Stack and the digital public infrastructure, India has already demonstrated to the world how technology, when it is deployed at scale, can create an immense impact for everyone, whether it is government, whether it's citizens, whether it's business and communities at large. So by supporting the government's efforts in building infrastructure, enhancing human capital, and knowledge creation, most important, in these three areas of technology that are integral to India's digital transformation and economic growth, we reinforce our commitment to be the trusted partner for India in enhancing its innovation capabilities. Thank you.
Thanks, Sandeep. And may I request Secretary Meeting, Shri S. Krishnan, to address the audience.
Honorable Minister of State for Electronics and Information Technology, Mr. Sandeep Gupta, Mr. Sandeep Patil, Head of IBM here in India, my colleagues in METI, Mr. Akash Tripathi, who heads the Indian Semiconductor Mission and the Indian AI Mission, and Dr. Sunita Verma and Dr. Kavita Bhatia, other colleagues present here, members of the media corps. It's a matter of great pride that we are signing this 3 MOUs with 3 different verticals of the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology here today. They are in 3 critical areas where the ministry plans to push ahead in the days to come. And we follow a pattern of engaging with knowledge partners from across the world, from across academia and industry, to take forward the creation of really in-depth, useful research-based knowledge and imparting that increasingly to the younger generation in India to make sure that they are skilled for the jobs of tomorrow. And that is very critical to make sure that we actually ride the technology wave to deliver welfare and prosperity to the people of this country, because ultimately all of government's initiatives, all of the ministry's efforts are towards enhancing jobs, better paid jobs, and enhancing welfare and prosperity. And that is the direction in which we are trying to take this forward. More importantly, India has to be at the cutting edge of the new technologies which are increasingly dominating the world. We have fallen behind in earlier terms, but we are at a stage now where we need to be right up there with all the leading nations of the world. There is a potential to leapfrog. India has shown this ability to leapfrog in a number of sectors, whether it be telecom, whether it be information technology applications as digital public infrastructure. And given the innate advantages that the country has, particularly with reference to the huge databases that we would have, the huge sets of data that we can create, which can actually train AI models significantly better than any other place in the world, given the market that we would offer, given the demand for many of these services. It is very timely that such a initiative, including these MOUs, are being entered into today. They address three critical sectors, as was already pointed out. Semiconductor, where through the India Semiconductor Mission, which is a $10 billion program to promote the manufacture of semiconductors in the country, to increase the value addition that actually takes place within the country in electronic sector, which is likely to be the largest manufacturing sector across the world, and to maintain India's position there, to improve our overall position in that segment is a key aspiration of government. Likewise, in the artificial intelligence segment, we need to make a mark, and the AI mission for India, which again is a new venture of the government of India through METI, is a significant area where we are looking for this collaboration. And lastly, in quantum computing, which is another emerging area, and where CDAC, our Center for Development of Advanced Computing, is doing important work. That is the other center where we would be collaborating with IBM. IBM, of course, has a relationship of many decades with India, and this will further cement and strengthen the collaboration that we already have with IBM over the past many years. It's an honor to be present on this occasion, and I wish IBM and the respective missions all success to take forward our goals and objectives. Thank you.
Thank you so much for putting it all in context. And now, may I invite Honorable Minister Rajiv Chandrasekharji to actually oversee the exchange of MOUs. Sri Krishnan as well as Sandeep. Quick photo.
खोल के दिखाना है क्या?
Not very
Okay.
visible.
Thank you.
This कागज है.
This कागज है. Thank you.
See that.
That's your contact.
All right. So with that, Honorable Minister Rajiv Chandrasekharji, time for your keynote.
Sandeep Patel and the team at IBM, my colleagues in the ministry headed by Secretary Mr. Krishnan, Akash, and everybody else, and ladies and gentlemen from the media. This is certainly a very important day, and I'm not necessarily saying this is the only important day, but this is certainly an important day because three of the four technologies that are going to shape the future of tech and innovation in the coming years, AI, quantum, and semiconductor, they are the three, and there's of course fourth, which is synthetic biology, which we have not involved IBM so far. But these three technologies represent for us tremendous opportunities, represent for our academic ecosystem a tremendous amount of opportunities for the startups and innovation ecosystem in particular, a lot of opportunities, and of course, the broader opportunity of creating global standard talent in India that can take advantage of the opportunities in quantum, semi, and semiconductors and AI. So congratulations to IBM. Thank you for your partnership, and congratulations to the team at METI as well. Let me just share a few thoughts on this so that you understand the backdrop of what this means. You are aware that we are full speed ahead on the India Semiconductor Mission. We have over the last 18, 19 months achieved a tremendous progress in terms of Prime Minister's vision of India being a significant and trusted player in the changing electronics and semiconductor value chains. The IBM partnership is a partnership that will significantly expand the footprint of semiconductor innovation and startups, help us in semiconductor research in the soon to be announced India Semiconductor Research Center, and importantly, address the issue of creating talent in semiconductors. I must share with you that we are also talking with IBM, and we are at early stages of talking to IBM about adding to our indigenous microprocessor strategy of DIR5, the RISC-V processor, adding to that and working with them and introducing the power microprocessor, which is the IBM high performance RISC processor. We are exploring that as well in terms of adding to our family of processors, especially in the high performance compute and the next generation compute area. So that is something that I just wanted to make sure that we all understood. In the AI segment, it is very clear that we are, and some of you were here when the India AI report was launched. There is a lot of headroom for growth and innovation and partnerships, and we welcome into the AI ecosystem companies such as IBM, startups from the Indian and outside of India ecosystem to partner with the Indian AI ecosystem, the India AI program. And we have ambitions there of not just creating the next generative AI or setting up compute infrastructure, but specifically focus on Prime Minister's vision of AI for India and India for AI, which is really about developing in these partnerships real life use cases and real life capability to healthcare, agriculture, language translation and inclusion, security, education. So a large number of areas where AI will transform the lives of Indians, transform the lives of Indian businesses, and really become a kinetic enabler of the digital economy, which we intend and the Prime Minister intends to make 20% of our total GDP by 2026. So that partnership is also a significant one. And of course, the partnership between IBM and CDAC. CDAC has always been the legendary organization, a pedigreed organization at the cutting edge of advanced computing. And as we talk about advanced computing on high performance computing or AI compute, we also know that the frontier is quantum computing. And therefore, getting CDAC into a partnership with IBM, who's a known leader in quantum computing, in developing the capabilities in India in quantum computing for the future, is also an important partnership. I will just remind all of us around the table that just a few months ago, our Prime Minister visited the US. There were agreements signed there that talked about ISET, the Critical Emerging Technologies Partnership between India and the US. And you remember and you recall, out of the many areas, the three critical areas that the Honorable Prime Minister spoke and President Joe Biden spoke were about semiconductors, AI, and compute. And I'm glad in such a short time, the ministry and the government of India and IBM have come together and put ink to paper, dotted the I's, crossed the T's, and have entered into these MOUs that are certainly part of the vision. That was the vision and is the vision of our Prime Minister and the partnership between India and the US. So important day today. Thank you all for coming. And if there are any questions, we'll be more than happy to answer them. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for laying out the mission as well as the vision. With that, quick question and answer session. I will request staff and media to introduce themselves quickly and then ask the question.
I go into Mint. Just want to understand what will be the duration of this partnership. Are we looking at the long term or short term?
Forever.
And will we add more?
No, look, I don't think that this partnership has a sunrise date or a sunset date. If there is anything, there is a sunrise date today. I don't think anybody can put a sunset to when AI partnerships are not required anymore, when quantum computing partnerships are not required anymore. We are now talking about the future of technology. when we talk about AI, semiconductor, and quantum, we are not talking about just some platform or a solution. It is really about shaping, working together, creating the capabilities in India and elsewhere, working with partnerships like IBM in creating the deep capabilities that India needs for the next decade, that the Indian students today or Indian engineers or Indian scientists need for the next decade. So I certainly don't think we have visualized these MOUs with any particular sunset date. Yeah, go ahead.
सर एनडीटीवी से
हाँ जी बताइए
सर ये जो छात्र हैं हमारे
हाँ जी।
भारत के छात्र हैं वो इस समझौते से कितना हद तक उनको क्या फायदा हो
बहुत ज्यादा फायदा होगा क्योंकि हमारे मिनिस्ट्री में जो नाइलिट है जो स्किल्स डिलीवर करता है एक पूरे इकोसिस्टम के द्वारा हमारे कॉलेजेस और यूनिवर्सिटी को मिलाकर उनका पार्टनरशिप होगा फ्यूचर स्किल्स प्रोग्राम में। हमारे मिनिस्ट्री में एक प्रोग्राम है कॉल्ड फ्यूचर स्किल्स एक प्रोग्राम है जो प्रधानमंत्री जी कहते हैं फ्यूचर रेडी जॉब्स एंड इंडस्ट्री रेडी जॉब्स के लिए हमारे युवाओं को तैयार करना। तो ऐसे पार्टनरशिप आईबीएम के साथ पार्टनरशिप के द्वारा क्वांटम कंप्यूटिंग एआई और सेमीकंडक्टर के दुनिया में हमारे युवाओं को स्किलिंग और एजुकेशन के मौके मिलेंगे।
Sir,
Yeah, good.
Sankalp from
Yes.
Bloomberg.
Yes, Anand.
Sir, I wanted to ask actually both of you. IBM has a partnership with Rapidus in Japan. I was wondering if the scale of this partnership could actually go to sponsor or partner with an Indian government-backed entity to make fabs in India.
Look, anything is possible. I don't think when we say we will partner in semiconductors, you know this more than anybody else. It is not like you pick two specific finite points in the semiconductor ecosystem and say we will only focus on that. That would not be clever from either our point of view or IBM's point of view. There is a significant amount of capability that is going to have to develop in the coming years. They could be in design, they could be in manufacturing, could be in packaging. And there is going to be a lot of innovation that is going to disrupt the conventional existing semiconductor ecosystem as we know it. We are seeing this with NVIDIA, we are seeing this with companies. So we are doing all of this with a clear objective. The government of India and our Prime Minister's objective is that we will be, and young Indians and Indian startups and Indian companies in partnership with global leaders will be significant players in how the semiconductor industry evolves in the next 10 years, next 5 years. If you ask me the granularity of what exactly and where exactly India will make an impact or where this partnership will make an impact, that is certainly something that I can't predict. But I think what we are doing as government, and you've seen this, is we are putting all the pieces together, whether it is in AI, whether it is in semiconductor, whether it's in quantum. And those pieces include building a policy and strategy with the involvement of every stakeholder, building these partnerships that are non-exclusive, but as wide a partnership ecosystem with the global majors, Indian academic institutions, global academic institutions, and Indian startups and Indian researchers to make sure that mix is a perfect magic potion that we read about in obliques and asterisks. So, that will create the power. So it is not with any granular prescriptive outcome that these MOUs are entered into, but really about capability.
Sir, from the slide, I just wanted to understand what kind of talents or what kind of job creations, any numbers you could share, how many job creations?
No, this is again, Ronan, this is not an investment MOU. This is an MOU about technology development, capability development in 3 areas that are going to shape the future of technology in the next decade. Quantum, AI, and semiconductor are the 3 critical technologies that are going to shape the future of our lives, future of the world, future of the digital economy, future of the economy. And in that, we are reaching out, building these durable partnerships. Academia and startups and large companies and researchers, so that overall, we are not only capable, but we are deeply capable of succeeding in this future landscape.
So will a quantum computer be built in India through this partnership? Is that a part of the plan?
I think so. We should know. I certainly think so. If we certainly, our Prime Minister has very clearly determined that in the quantum computing space, we will be present in that ecosystem we will have a significant footprint in that global ecosystem. And it is absolutely something that we have to be present in. It is a very, very critical stage of how high performance computing and computing is going to evolve. And as a country that is now one of the largest and fastest growing digital economies in the world, it is certainly something that we should have ambitions for. And these type of partnerships help realize that ambition.
One thing,
Part of this partnership.
one thing you need to appreciate here is that.
Just one second, Sandeep. Just one second. I don't know. Again, I'll answer exactly what I answered. These MOUs are about creating capabilities. These are not MOUs that say that at the end of that, we will build product A or product B or product C. The Indian ecosystem for quantum computing, what they will innovate in, nobody in Delhi can sit down and prescribe. Certainly not Mr. Krishnan or me or not even Sandeep, who's not from the government. The idea is to create the next generation of capabilities in our youngsters, in our colleges, in our academia, in our industry, with these partnerships. And those capabilities will translate into products that we don't know today about. I mean, we all talk about quantum computer, but what is the quantum computer going to look like? What is it going to crunch on? What is it going to deliver? I certainly don't have an idea. And I think I know a little bit about tech.
No, and these are technologies that are evolving.
Yeah.
So the whole premise here is that we work together, we evolve these technologies for how it is relevant for India, and for India to do that for the world.
I'll take two last questions.
I have a question. I'm Momita from PTI. I know these are not investment MOUs, but since we have you, Mr. Patla, I want to know how is IBM looking at investments in India? Are you looking to deepen the investment commitments that you've made? You know, if you could just talk.
Momita, can we do
about
this separately? I'll give you a coffee with on a table. You can no, I'll tell you why, because I have to leave for a minute.
Someone from Indian Express. So on IP, which we don't own, even though we design a lot of chips. Could you talk a little bit about how the IP situation will emerge?
This is actually the question that we should be answering, which is that the idea today, when we talk about building capabilities in the country, is that the IP, when he talks about Atmanirbharta or I talk about Atmanirbharta, it is Atmanirbharta about what? It is about intellectual property. It is about next generation design that is owned and monetized by Indian entrepreneurs and Indian startups. So certainly, if you want an outcome on the other side of these types of MOUs, the outcome is really more and more intellectual property in semiconductors, AI, and quantum computing.
So will this result in India?
Yeah, I'm confident. I mean, if we were not confident, we would not be doing this. We are confident that our ecosystem of innovators and startups can be the next generation of IP creators and help shape the future of quantum, help shape the future of semiconductors and AI.
With that, friends, you still has to.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For joining us.
Thank you.